Shanique, let's begin in the district this afternoon. President Trump expected to hold a rally on the National Mall to kick off the Great American State Fair. You can see the Ferris wheel right there. It's actually moving. The program is expected to start at 7 p.m., with the president expected to speak around 8:30. Because of the rally, Metro is warning riders the Smithsonian Metro Station's National Mall entrance will be closed. Security is certainly going to be a top priority, and it comes at the request of the Secret Service. Entrance will shut down around 2:30 this afternoon until 10:30 this evening, but the 12th Street and Independence Avenue will remain open for passengers. So obviously, folks around here, Shanika, used to closures. That's just the way it is here in the district. And moving on to the fair, it begins Thursday. That's tomorrow. It runs through the 10th of July. There's going to be a carnival ride. You saw the Ferris wheel, a lot of music, a lot of good food, a lot of exhibits from all 50 states. But at least 8 states have opted out. It's a Freedom 250 event organized by the White House, and it's caused some controversy as performers discovered that it was not a bipartisan event. They backed out. D.C. police also announcing road closures today for the fair. DC News Now's Mario Carbone was going to have much more. Shanika, coming up on DC News Now at 4 o'clock.
All right, we'll see it then. And heading now to Virginia, happening now, Alexandria police say the plan to release holding body-worn camera footage in a deadly domestic case. Right now, you're taking a live look at the press conference set to happen. We're seeing who looks like the police chief talking right now. And it happened last month at Canberry Square after police shot and killed a man, after the man shot and killed a woman inside of an apartment. And DC News Now's Randy Bass will have more on this story. That's going to come up at 4 today.
All right, Shanika, on the Maryland side, the Maryland primary has come and gone. Regardless, DC News Now continues to be your local election head. Crucial races for Congress in Maryland are now over, with millions of dollars spent, and dozens of candidates around the region certainly put their hat in to try and represent Marylanders in Congress.
Yeah, and we have our DC News Now's Max Marcella joining Sunrise on the Hill this morning, and he broke down Adrian Boafo's win in Maryland's 5th congressional district. Also, April McClain Delaney's win in Maryland's 5th district.
It's one of those unique situations where both candidates have actually held the seat before. April McClain Delaney has held it the last couple of years. Before she had it, it was David Trone who left the seat to run for Senate, which he ultimately did not win. His pursuit to take the old seat back, though, did not go as he would have hoped. You can see there, April McClain Delaney right now ahead by 11 percentage points. She has been projected the winner.
But this is just the first step in actually the progress towards flipping the House in November and making sure that we rein in this administration and start getting things done for the American people and for all of us here in Maryland.
And when she says Maryland is a microcosm of America, you also have to look at the district she represents, because there are a couple of different portions of it. You have Montgomery County, not all of it, but a part of it, which she did really well in, by the way. That was where she had the biggest gap of victory over David Trone. That's, more urban, more suburban. Then you go out to Western Maryland. That's also part of this district. Frederick County, Washington County. There's a lot of rural land there. And she actually spoke about how one issue, the issue of affordability, which we have talked about ad nauseum here on Sunrise, that was a big issue because you can kind of see it throughout the district.
I do want to get to the 5th congressional district. You said the 6th, we're talking a whole lot of moolah. The 5th, we're talking a whole lot of candidates. There are 24 or so.
Yeah, we're talking about moolah too here in the 5th district, but a lot of candidates. Adrian Boafo came out on top. You can see he got 32% of the vote, but there were 24 Democrats on the ballot. This was a big seat because Steny Hoyer had been in it for 45 years. But Adrian Boafo had his endorsement, former Congressman Hoyer's endorsement. He also talked about affordability talked a lot about federal workers. But his campaign also came at a time where there was a lot of spotlight on the money he was getting. It was pro-Israel lobby, the crypto industry put some money toward backing him as their chosen candidate. He didn't focus on that in his post-election victory speech. He talked about the president.
While Donald Trump is making everything worse, he didn't create all of our problems. He created a lot of them, but not all of them. They've been building for a generation. And while they affect us here in Maryland, they can't be solved only in Maryland. Our biggest challenges are national. That's why we need a strong, Democratic-led Congress.
And in both of those races, big wins in the primary. They're both leaning blue seats, so both Boafo and McLean Delaney should win in November, but they do each have challengers. It's one of those.
And again, that was our Max Marcella breaking down. Let me just make this correction. Adrian Boafo's winning Maryland's 5th congressional district, and April McLean Delaney's winning Maryland's 6th congressional district.
You know, it's interesting, Shanika, April McLean Delaney and David Trone, that race, before the vote started counted, it just seemed like it was going to be a toss-up. But it ended up being a convincing win for her. Of course, more votes still continue to be counted, but it's pretty much the race has been called. But my goodness, Shanika, a lot of money was spent on that primary race, one of the more expensive races, certainly this year.
Yeah.
Just millions and millions, I think over $24 million or something like that. A lot of money.
You can tell by, all the mailers received, and then, watching TV. You couldn't watch a YouTube video or TV at home without seeing some sort of ad. So all of that adds up.
And then you see also what I found to be kind of interesting, as during the primary season, the endorsement game. What candidates, got the endorsements for some of the high-profile people.
Yeah.
And April McLean Delaney got some high-profile endorsements. Not sure really how important that is, but I think yesterday's results show that she is a force in the Democratic Party, not only in the state of Maryland, but just in Congress in general. So we'll see what happens in the general election.
Yeah, people have their eyes on it, and it's all about who has your back, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Mark, thank you. And D.C. Council passed its fiscal year 2027 budget, but it came with some disagreement with the city's CFO. And Council also voting to make changes to elections in D.C. The budget passed, and hundreds of millions of dollars cut in services and programs were restored. But to restore some of these things, Council is relying on about $150 million in the city's reserve funds. And the city's chief financial officer, Glenn Lee, is warning Council not to, and saying that the money could create an unbalanced budget.
Well, Shanique,
in 2028. And that's a real concern. We need to manage. We do. And we can meet those needs and use these reserve dollars. Our collections are $240 million ahead of where we were last year and ahead of what the projection was based on. So the dollars certainly appear to be there.
And another thing, Council voted on funding and implementing semi-open primaries and independent voters, the option to vote in a partisan primary election. And as for the budget, it heads to the mayor and then goes to a 30-day congressional review period.
all right, Shanika, Jazz in the Park returning to D.C. What's the latest with that?
Oh, yes, we have Jazz in the Park, and that's always a good time. And the D.C. Department of Parks will host several pop-up performances that are free. And the first performance is next week, July 2nd, at the Deanwood Recreation Center in Northeast. It goes from 6 to 8. And for more, you can just go on to our website. That's going to be at dcnewsnow.com.